All right, guys, so let's get right to it. What's an asset? What's a liability? All right, you think this would be something simple and we could all be on the same page, but we're not. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. And the story, right? You think it would be that simple? No, because people teach things differently. I have a lot of people personally come up to me. They say, hey, what do you consider a liability? And I know a lot of the people at my work, and I know a lot of people in person. I know they follow Dave Ramsey. So I used to follow Dave Ramsey. I probably have not followed him for over a year now. Not that he's not good. I think he's a good starting block. I just don't think he's good for following for the rest of your life. I followed Dave Ramsey's steps up to about 3 or 4. Then we've ventured off on our own and started doing our own things. So I'm going to give an example of some assets. I'm going to give an example of some liabilities and why I think Dave Ramsey is wrong on this. And this wasn't intended to be a Dave Ramsey I'm bashing Dave Ramsey type thing, but it's just that Dave is in his own world whenever he teaches certain things. And this is one of them, where it's like him and his followers is what they believe in, what a liability is. So guys, assets, precious metals, gold, silver, small part in your portfolio, it is building value as it sits there. Okay. Over the years, it might be slow, but it is constantly moving up in price. Guys, retirement plans, annuities, IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, whatever you have towards retirement, without a doubt is one of the strongest assets you could have. ETFs, index funds, all that stuff, okay? They are making money. The more you put in those things, the better, okay? They're gonna build you wealth over time. Stocks and bonds, guys, without a doubt, investing in smart companies, stocks and bonds. Bonds, not so much right now. Bonds are very low. You're not going to get anything back on a bond. But maybe in time, they will be back up to what they used to be back in the day. And they used to be a strong thing to put your money in. So, but guys, something to that nature, stocks and bonds. Guys, real estate, without a doubt, one of the strongest things you can have in your portfolio is real estate. Even though you're paying to keep that property up to date and, fixing things, but it's giving you money. All right. You have tenant paying you down, paying your mortgage down, and you have appreciation in a property that you can sell in the future. So you were definitely making money off of a real estate property, rental properties. And a business owner, guys, without a doubt, you own your own business, you're making money off that business. So to me, that's a quick example of some assets. No, I am not going to say cryptocurrency. I know I get hated on for this. Guys, I am not a believer that cryptocurrency is an asset right now. Do I believe it's going to be the future? Yes, I do. I strongly believe that we will be on digital currency in the future. I just think right now we are not there yet. People get so pumped up off of like Elon Musk purchasing crypto and then they go nuts. Okay, guys, I heard an example on TV and it's the perfect example. This is how volatile Bitcoin is right now. So if I walk into a grocery store with 100 Bitcoin and I get $100 worth of groceries and I get to the register, well, by the time I get to that register, my 100 Bitcoin is only worth 50 Bitcoin. Guys, until there's some stabilization on cryptocurrencies, in my eyes, it is never worth buying. Okay, something that could lose 30 grand and gain 30,000 within 6 months is not worth buying. It is not worth buying. So I stay away from Bitcoins and all the cryptos, Litecoin, whatever. I don't buy any of them. I have zero crypto, and I truly believe in the future. If it's going to be something in the future, governments are going to regulate it, and they could easily shut Bitcoin down. As simple as that. So yeah, I'm not with Bitcoin. I'm just not. I don't believe in it right now. So what are some liabilities? And this is where the whole Dave Ramsey gets brought into, because this is where people just strongly disagree with him, and I'm one of them. Guys, your house and your cars, when you pay them off, he considers that a liability. By far a liability. The only way that your house is a liability is if you're renting off a room to Airbnb and you're making some money off of it, but it's more than what you're paying in taxes. The only way your cars are a liability is if you're Ubering or doing Uber Eats or whatever, and you're delivering in your car and you're making money off of it to pay for everything and some, then I would consider that an asset. Just an everyday person driving their car back and forth to work, and everyone that got their houses paid off and they're going to die in their house, he calls that an asset. That is not an asset. I am paying every year to keep my maintenance on my cars up. I am paying every year in taxes if I pay off my house. So, like I said, not an asset. Another thing, one of the biggest thing, debt. This is where the wealth gap comes in, guys. And I was telling my daughter on the way to school today that just because you were not taught this as a younger person growing up, And just because you weren't taught this in school or by your parents does not mean that you cannot change and you cannot do things. So back in the day, when I started getting out of debt, I started looking at people, online and all these success stories, making 60 grand a year. I'm like, okay, these people are making the same amount of money as me. How can they have no debt? How can they have money in savings? How can they have money towards retirement? It just doesn't make sense, and it's because we don't do nothing to improve our life, and when I say that, it doesn't mean that I'm telling you to go out and, you have to make X amount of money to do this. No, it's just, you have to change the way you do things. In this video here that I just put out, guys, I just recommend watching it. Go watch it. I watch all my videos on my channel, guys. Everything that I talk about is leading up to what I'm talking about right now, is that you need to change, you need to do things differently, and it could be done. So I make $70,000 a year between my wife and I. Okay, so let's just say $35,000 a piece, total gross. And we paid off well over $100,000 in debt. Okay, and we have a mortgage left. And we have around $200,000 towards retirement of actual assets. I'm not saying those numbers to brag and say, ha ha, or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, the next 10 to 15 years, I will have $1 million in assets. I am that confident that, because I plan everything out and I know what I am learning, but I'm put the work in, guys. I put hours upon hours a day. I might take some days off here and there, but I am learning every day. I am constantly on the computer. I'm constantly listening to anything I can listen to in the car. I don't even listen to music anymore in the car. I put my radio on and I put the Bluetooth on and I listen to anything that is going to give me knowledge to help me in the future and to help me teach my kids in the future. So I have no doubt that I have $1 million, in the next 10 to 15 years. And I'm saying this because I want you guys to do the same. It's why I do this channel. This is why I help people out in person, is because I got excited and I just think it stinks that everyone's just sitting there saying that it will never happen to me. Well, it can, and it will if you guys do something about it. So, and one thing I want to add on before I leave, if you are a Dave Ramsey follower, you hear him talk about all the time that we interviewed 10,000 plus, millionaires. Well, his take on a millionaire is what I've just been talking about. So I'm going to give a quick example. So let's say we have a $300,000 house and we have it paid off. We have 2 cars that are $70,000 and it's paid off. And I have $600,000 in retirement. That all adds up to $1 million. In Dave Ramsey's eyes, that is a millionaire. In my eyes, you have $630,000. So you still got a long way to go to be a millionaire. I just don't see it, guys. I don't see how a house that I'm living in that I plan on never selling is added into being a millionaire. It doesn't make any sense to me. So that is his take on that. And I just want you guys to know that whenever he says he interviewed over 10,000 millionaires, it's the people that completed his baby steps and have $1 million in total, with house, cars, and retirement funds and whatever. So that's what he describes as a millionaire, and I just don't see it. My take on a millionaire is actually having $1 million in assets. Okay, and it's just my opinion, guys. So guys, real quick, I just want to hopefully clear that up for a lot of people that ask me that in person. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. Guys, if you're not a subscriber, I appreciate it if you could do that. Help support my channel. Guys, like, up or down. I have a feeling I might get some thumbs down on this because of me talking negative about Dave Ramsey and me talking negative about Bitcoin. But it is what it is, guys. I just tell you what I feel. So guys, I hope everyone has a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Have a good one.